I'm Nikki and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go over some tips and tricks for handstand, just a couple of drills that I like to practice to help me learn how to move my body in space. They're very helpful tools that you can practice on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, kind of just however they feel good to you. And moving forward, you'll find that the more that you practice these, the better you'll get at them, and the better you get at them, the more comfortable you'll be as you start to work upside down. So let's get started. Come to a comfortable seated position. If it does not feel comfortable for you to sit down on your knees, just sit cross-legged. That is fine with me too. We're just going to warm up the wrist here a little bit. So I want you to take your hands up in the air. Take your thumb in front of your fingers, make a fist. And from there, just start to flick your palms to activate through your hands. Start slow, and then start to work yourself up to as fast as you can go. So it's okay if you feel a little bit out of control. Flick your hands as fast as you can for 20, 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, shake it out. Shake, 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 shake. Alright, from here, take your hands up in the air. Act as if you are standing on your hands. Slightly externally rotate and flex your fingers down toward your forearms. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, make a fist and curl your wrist down. So just find the opposite stretch along your wrist. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Good. Flex your hands, fingers back. Make a fist and curl your wrist down. Flex. Make a fist and curl your wrist down. Keep the curl. Rotate your fists toward one another and see if that intensifies the stretch for you. Now draw your fists a little bit closer together and rotate them out away from one another. Good. Rotate them in and rotate them out. One more, rotate them in and rotate out. Good, flex your hands, turn them in, turn them out. And just start to rotate and rotate. One more. Good, and release. Your forearms should start to feel like they're waking up a little bit. Good. Now from here, I want you to land in a tabletop position. So if you're on your butt, just flip over. If you're on your knees, just turn around. And take your hands, fingers pointed, slightly externally rotated, but otherwise ideally straight forward. And just start to find a little bit of circular motion in your spine. So I like to take this in one direction first, and then move the other way. Wake up your fingertips here a little bit. Activate through your fingertips so you're not putting too much pressure on the wrist. Your hands should protect you by staying super active in this position. From here, turn your fingers out away from one another so the heels of your hands face each other, and just move a little bit here side to side. You'll be here for 4, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, rotate your fingers as far back as you can, and then just slightly lean back. If you're just working up to this, you can just work to straighten your arms. If it feels okay to lean back, but don't put too much pressure again here into your wrists. Just starting to find a little bit of a stretch, deepening that flexion. When we handstand, we sometimes, or most times I should say, draw the shoulders past the wrists. So it's important that our flexibility is there in order to do that, so that we're safely coming into that alignment. From here, just take the tops of your hands to the floor. Fingers still point toward you, and pull the skin on your wrist tight. Again, not too much pressure here, just a little bit. and release it. From here, come forward and lie all the way down to your belly. We'll take a whale pose just to stretch out the shoulders. So take your arm out, elbow in line with your shoulder, and you bring your wrist in line with your elbow. Try to make an L shape in your hand or a 90-degree angle. If this is too intense, you can also just extend your arm straight out. Otherwise, make that bend in your elbow. Turn your gaze over to the left and slowly roll onto your right side. You can bring your left foot up and kickstand your foot on that side if it feels good. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Take a breath in. And a breath out. From here, roll back onto your belly and let some sensation come back. We'll switch sides. Take your left arm out, line your elbow up with your shoulder and your wrist in line with your elbow. Gaze over to the right, bring your right fingertips under your shoulder and roll onto the left side. Again, here you can kickstand your right foot if you have that flexibility. Try to keep the head of your shoulder down. Good. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Breath in. And breath out. And roll back onto your belly. Bring your hands under your shoulders and press up to your hands and knees. Good. So we're going to start with our first drill, which is just like a frog hop to the top of your mat. Again, it's moving your body in space that we're getting used to on our hands, so don't focus on this being perfect. Don't focus on even getting up into a handstand today. Just focus on moving yourself from point A to point B. You don't even technically need a mat to do this. I like to even do this around my house whenever I feel like it. So you can just move on your floor, or if you have your mat out, move on your mat. So from the back of your mat, I want you to come into a yogi squat. Take your feet out nice and wide as you have to in order to get your heels to ground. Everybody's body is different. It is okay if your feet turn out slightly. Mine do. So it's all about your body. You can work to rotate your toes a little bit more forward as you deepen this posture. But from your yogi squat at the back of your mat, you're going to plant your hands just slightly in front of your legs. So I have maybe a 2-foot distance between my palms and my feet. And I want you to start really slowly and really low to the ground, so not getting your hips again too high, but you're just going to travel your feet to your hands. Activate your palms, keep your palms grounded, pop your hips up, and then drop them back down. So again, leading with your hips up, back down, up, and back down. And then start to move back. Lead again here with your hips. They go up, feet go down, hips go up, and back down. One more time, up, and down. Good, so we'll take another round. As you start to do this more, you can start to get your hips a little bit higher and a little bit higher. So plant your palms forward, pop your hips up, and down. Pop your hips up, and down. One more, pop your hips up, back down. Go back, up, and down, up, and down. One more. Lift and lower. Good. How do your quads feel? They start to get a little bit fiery as you start to do this. I would say practice that like 5 rounds every time you move into it, getting higher with your hips each time. We're going to move on to something sort of similar, except for I want you to turn sideways now. If your legs need to shake out a little bit, feel free to stand up and shake it out at any time. Now we're going to take a side shuffle, forward and back on our mat. So for this, you're going to place your hands a little bit in front of your front foot. Your back hand can line up with your front foot. That's what I like to think. Plant your hands, side shuffle. 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 So I like to lift my back leg first. So back leg will lift, front leg, back leg drops, then front leg drops. So we'll try it again. This is kind of the same thing, right? So each time you progress in this, focus on lifting your hips up just a little bit higher as you start to get more comfortable in it. So take a big breath in. Big sigh out. Let's go again. Pick them up. Good again. Let's go one more. And again. Good. Stand up. Shake out your legs. Shake out your wrists. Take your hands to your low back. Just do a gentle back bend. Open your hip flexors a little bit. Maybe take 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. And draw your hip forward. And then switch sides. Good. We'll take one more exercise today that you can practice, again, moving your body in space. So, you did the frog hops, you did the side shuffles. Now we're going to go straight legs, floating walks. So, the back of your mat, come to a forward fold. Ideally, bring your toes and heels together. If that doesn't work, you can step them hip width distance apart. That's fine too. Take a deep breath in. And deep breath out. Good, so you're gonna try to keep your legs together, really activate through your quadriceps. Gaze forward, and you can shift into your palms. See if you can pick your feet up, and then set them back down. It's okay if it's a short hop in between. Pick them up, land them down. Up, and back down. Then you turn around. Again, your feet can be wider. Up and down, up and down, lift and lower. Working to keep your arms straight the entire time that you do this, that is the most challenging part. Think of activating the front line of your body, so really activate through your quads, through your legs, and draw your low belly in. Let's take one more round. Plant your palms, press into your hands, float your feet forward and down, and lower. Pivot, and again. Good. When you have finished, go ahead, have a seat on your mat. Draw the soles of your feet together. Take your knees out wide. Take a deep breath in. Big sigh out. Awesome. Again, these are just some drills that you can do to help you move your body in space for handstand. Working your front line compression, working some core strength and proprioception. If you work on these every single day, you'll get much more comfortable on your hands. Even if you work them once a week or every other day, I believe you can get more comfortable on your hands. Do each exercise roughly 5 times, but you know your body best, so do what feels good to you. I'll see you next time.